What's up, guys? Okay, I admit, that's from GamerMD. I'm a big fan, and I don't know how to start a YouTube vid. Hello, fellow YouTubers! Tomorrow, or today, is N7 Day! So I figured my first official vid, hopefully one of many, I'll talk about Mass Effect. You know, what does N7 mean to you? What does Mass Effect mean to you? Or what does it mean to me, right? So, I don't really know how to describe it completely. I probably, maybe I should write a script and not just ad-lib. Not just say what's off in my head, but whatever, this is what I'm doing. Mass Effect, for me, right? I start ME1. I can't get Mass Effect. I see the debut trailer and I want to play this game. Because I am a sci-fi nut. I really want to play this. I love everything about the trailer. I love the things they say about the trailer. I love the things they say about the game. You know, what they're going to try to do. And I'm just hoping that it's going to be for PS3, because I'm a PS3 user. I'm not a PC gamer, you know. I don't know where on the scale of gamers I would go, but I'm definitely not anywhere near hardcore. But I want to play Mass Effect. But I can't. ME2 comes out years pass, and that's going to be for the PS3, but not Mass Effect 1. And now I have this little, dilemma, like, should I get ME2 even without playing ME1? Or I was just saying Mass Effect, I wasn't saying ME at the time. But downloaded the demo, liked the demo, wasn't completely sold on it, but you can't really get Mass Effect. You don't really get the scale of Mass Effect in the demo. When I was still interested, then a little thing happened, right? That causes a conundrum. My PlayStation gets a light of death. My PS3's done. And now I'm debating, do I get an Xbox 360? Like, whenever I get a new console, do I forget about PlayStation, go to Xbox just to play Mass Effect, just to play this game that I've, years wanted to play, and now it's 2 games? Or do I just stay with my, what I am? I'm not going to say I'm a fanboy, but I am loyal to PlayStation. I go back to PS1. I don't get into these fanboy kind of debates. I think they're nonsense. But, I'm PlayStation. So, I'm thinking about it back and forth, and I just decide, what if I don't like Mass Effect as much as I think I'm going to? I just got to stay with my God of War and my other games that I have for, and Final Fantasy at the time, was PlayStation. But that's that. Finally, ME3 comes out. And then, most importantly, the trilogy that's going to be released for the PS3. I'm freaking thrilled, right? I'm ecstatic. And a little side note, my mother and I had this thing, right? Many years ago, my mom told me I was too old to make a Christmas list. And too old to ask for anything. If I get anything, she'll just get me something. If not. But, so my response, okay, was alright, whatever. Then the following year, after she told me no more Christmas lists and don't ask for anything, she basically said, where's your Christmas list? It was like 2 days before Christmas. I didn't give her a list. I didn't ask for anything. And only you told me that I was too old. And ever since then, I try to find, we kind of go back and forth. If I make a list too early, if I put too much stuff on it, I'm too old to make a list. If I don't make a list or wait too long, it's where's your list, blah, blah, blah. Well, Mass Effect 3 comes out, the trilogy, comes out for PlayStation, and this is what I want. This is what I say. If you get me one game, forget about one game, one thing, all I want is the Mass Effect trilogy. That's what I want. I've wanted this game for years. I even thought about not getting PlayStation for this game. This is all I want. So, I didn't buy it myself. My mom got it for me for Christmas, and bang, there it is. Mass Effect trilogy. I know. Trying to explain that I am a big-time sci-fi fan, like Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, Battlestar, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon. I love it all. I'm not totally diehard on Farscape, But I liked it, and I liked Babylon 5, but I'm a sci-fi nut. So, never before was there a game that I saw a trailer for of the sci-fi genre that I wanted to play. Except for maybe, now we're going to go back in time again, Area 51. And I really enjoyed that game, and it was David Duchovny's voice, and it was just a great game. I mean, it was real fun. And I liked the whole Area 51 stuff. And, you know, well, I'm not a PC gamer, so I don't have the Star Wars stuff, right? I don't have the Old Republic and all those things. The Star Wars game for, you know, PlayStation, they were alright, but they were never really what I wanted. Mass Effect was going to be that. At least that's what I believe. Now we talk about it, like, game-wise, I always wanted a game that you could take your character into the next game. It was something my friend and I talked about way back, you know, old Final Fantasy. Like, how cool would that be? And our character's name was Robo-Joe. That's what we named him. And what if they made the next Final Fantasy, we could bring the characters over? And then we skip a little more time. A different friend and I played Baldur's Gate, and it was like, well, I hope they make another one. And they did, right? Thank you, BioWare. But it wasn't, at the time, Mass Effect, you know. It was not, even though the characters went over, it didn't really feel like it. But Mass Effect, that was the promise. Okay? So, what Mass Effect is, or was something that lived up to all my expectations as a game and storytelling and an experience. It hit the you know, and people say you can find different sci-fis in it, and you can, you know, different sci-fi stories. So what? It's a great story overall. The character development is fantastic. The storyline is amazing. Everything in Mass Effect is just, I'm in love with it. It's just, I enjoy it so much. It was one of the only games that I had to play again. That I wanted, what if I do this different? What if I do that different? I want to experience a little different things with characters. And there's some things I wanted to experience that I couldn't. You know, I'll get that into a different video. But this is Mass Effect, right? It was a game that lived up to my expectations and surpassed it. And I never really thought that I would play a video game that would have me, you know, in my mind, compete with my favorite sci-fi movies and my favorite sci-fi television shows. But that's what Mass Effect did. It is just like, it's like awe-inspiring to me, and it's great storytelling, and you could lose yourself in the game. It's not always good, but it is good sometimes. But, you know, skipping a little, it was actually something that I could share with my mother. And here we go. My mom, to me, is like an original gamer, right? She is an original Atari Pac-Man gamer. And it's true. Like, I could have stories out about that. But while my mom wasn't going to play the shooting aspect of Mass Effect, I got her to make the decisions and you know, to watch. And she experienced it too. And like me, she would rather have it be a television show than a movie. But, you know, it was like something I could share with my mom as well. And I would like to see my mom's reactions and what my mom thought of, you know, different things. Even though her playtime was very short-lived. But whatever. I didn't expect her to, you know, shoot anyway. So it's something I could share with my mom. It was something you lose yourself in. And it's something I like to talk about. You know, like they talk about, like, just this weekend, I'm in Key Food and a guy's talking to me about Mass Effect. Now, obviously, I'm wearing my N7 hoodie. So he knew. It wasn't like he just all of a sudden walked up to me to talk Mass Effect. But it's you know, it's a bonding thing, and I like to ask people, like, well, if you play Mass Effect, if I got you to play Mass Effect, and I try to get people to play it that haven't, and I want to know, like, what would you do? You know, do you kill the Rachni? You know, who do you romance? You know, who do you save on Weirmeyer? And then, you know, Mass Effect 2, you know, who do you recruit? And, you know, who do you bring with? And it's just an amazing story an amazing experience that I just can't get over. It's like, I just think it's a surreal feeling, that Mass Effect. I never thought there'd be a game that would have me feel that way. And, you know, Mass Effect did. So, I don't know how to just put it up in one word or two words. It's epic, right? Mass Effect is great.